students, welcome back. Coming to the next topic in the compiler design was phases of compiler. So in this phases of compiler, we are going to learn about the structure, exactly the structure of the compiler. So in the previous video, I explained about the language processing system. So whatever the program you are taken, how that program is internally internal word operations it is going to be done. Means whatever the high level language program you are returning, that program is converted into assembly low level language, that is assembly language, and that to machine code. Okay, now let's take only the compiler part. And what are the phases that are present in the compiler? Actually, the compiler operates in a phases. The compilers having different phases. So what exactly a phase is? A phase is a logical, let me write the phase. Okay, what do you call the phase? A phase is a logically interrelated. So whatever the phase you are taking, that phase is logically interrelated operations that takes source program, in one representation and produce output in another representation. So that is a phase. So phase is going to take input and gives output another. So source program in one representation and produce the output in another representation. That represents the phase. So in the compilers also, in the compiler there are different phase or existence. Each phase input will give output to another phase. Okay. So whatever the input it is taking, that input is going to be converted and gives the output in another format. That is a phase. Okay, so let me clearly show you what are the phases that are different phases that are exist in the compiler. Actually, the complete compiler is divided into two major phases. There are two major phases. Again, these major phases will be divided into subphases. So there are two major phases of compilation. So what are those two major phases of compilation? One is analysis phase, and another is synthesis phase. So the total compilation process is divided into two major phases. One is analysis phase and another is a synthesis phase. So what analysis phase consists of? Analysis phase, starting it is machine independent. It doesn't know what type of machine you are using, but analysis phase is machine independent but language dependent. What language you are using? Okay, so analysis phase is machine independent and language dependent. Next phase is a synthesis phase. The synthesis phase is machine dependent and language independent. So from this, what do you understand? Analysis phase only concentrated on language, whereas a synthesis phase is concentrating on the machine. Okay, machine level language. So it is concentrating on the languages, that is a high level language, assembly language, and synthesis phase is concentrating on the machine level language. Now let's see what are the different phases that are present in the compiler. Okay, so let's take, these are the different phases. This is structure of the compiler. Different phases are present. First, the source program, whatever the program that you are written in high level language, that is source program. That source program enter into the compilation phase. So what the compiler will do? The compiler will convert the high level language into target program. What is the target program of the compiler? That is the low level language. Okay. So and what are the different phases that are present in between the high level and the conversion process? So these are all the different phases: lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator, code optimizer, and code generator. Total 6 phases are there. Okay, total 6 phases: lexical, syntax, semantics, intermediate code, code optimizer, and code generator. So here you are having all these phases are managed with the help of symbol table manager. So it's having all the symbol related information will be stored in this symbol table manager, and if any error is occurred in between these phases, that error handles is going to handle that error. Okay, so this is the phases of compiler or the structure of the compiler: source program, target program, lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantics, intermediate code, and the code optimizer, code generator, symbol table manager, error handler. Now let's discuss one by one: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, 5, 6, and like that. Okay, so let me explain each phase clearly. So what is a phase 1? The phase 1, you call it as a lexical analyzer. So whatever the source code, that source code is entered into the phase 1, that is lexical analysis. Okay, so what this lexical analysis will do? The lexical analysis reads a stream of characters. So it's first reads the stream of characters, making up the source program, and group the characters into meaningful sequence called lexeme. Okay, let me write. Lexical analysis reads a stream of characters, making up the source program, and group the characters, whatever the stream of characters it is reading, so that it group the characters into meaningful sequences called lexeme. Okay, so that whatever the group of characters that is reading, that are call it as a lexeme. So here the lexical analyzer represents these lexemes in the form of tokens. Okay, lexical analyzer represents these lexemes in the form of tokens. So what do you understand from this? Whatever the high level language, that in the first phase it reads the characters, sequence of characters, and group them, and that lexemes you call it as a tokens. Okay, let me show you simple example. The lexical analyzer in the form of token name and attribute values. Okay, so let me take one simple example of lexical analyzer, how the program is converted into tokens. Let's take the example. Let's take new value is equal to old value plus 12. So this is a simple example. Now this statement, whatever the statement is, statement consisting of group of characters, this statement is converted into tokens in lexical analysis. So what are the tokens that are present? How the tokens are represented? So new val is identifier, and equal to is one token, that you call it as assignment operator. Next token is old value. Old value is another identifier, and plus is add operator, and 12 is number. So the statement, whatever the statement that we are represented, so this lexical analyzer is converted that statement into tokens. So each one is represented as a token. So here the lexical analyzer truncates the white spaces and also removes the errors. So this is a phase 1. Okay, let's continue in the second video. In that video, I'll explain the different phases that were present in the compilation. Thank you.